Living is easy with eyes closed, misunderstanding all you see. It's getting hard to be someone, but it all works out. It doesn't matter much to me. Let me take you down, 'cause I'm going to strawberry fields, where nothing is real and nothing to get hurt about. Strawberry fields forever. They're just saying, like, we're taking your mind down. And then they say it doesn't matter much to me. Living is easy with eyes closed, animals. Misunderstanding all you see. Keep thinking that we're spinning around a sun. Oh, first off, this in the entertainment business is called a reboot. So as you can see, ISIS leader Abu Baghdadi is dead 4 years ago, 2.8 million views. Then 3 years ago, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi killed in US-led airstrikes in Syria. And then 2 years ago, ISIS leader killed by Russian airstrike, according to the Young Turks. And then 1 month ago, ISIS leader Abu Baghdadi dead after US airstrike. And then when I say stuff like, I don't think he ever existed, and people are like, how dare ye? And I'm like, well, if I had 4 funerals and then people were still wondering if I was really dead, sure. Why people do this stuff. And I think the why kind of gets you in some trouble, because I don't think I'll ever really know why, but I have a theory is they want to know how retarded people are. Like, imagine if they now said that Michael Jackson just died again. And people went with it. And then they start saying that it's CERN. You know, the people that see through it are like, oh, it's CERN. You know, they're ripping apart reality. No, it's just called lying. So when people face the reality of some of these hoaxed shooting events and false flags and all this stuff, that the world is a lot scarier than they think. No, it's less scary. How many mass shootings have you ever witnessed? I'm having a blast uncovering lies and stuff. I'm going to show you a video that I just saw. Watch this. Okay.
Owen, now I want to illustrate some of the points that Owen made and add 1 or 2 other issues that are related to this.
Really just put the nail in the coffin of the heliocentric model. I understand that you go through the stages of grief when you realize that you've been lied to. You're going to feel angry, you're going to bargain, you're going to all this stuff. I understand. This is the absolute proof. And you never have to say another thing about it. And people get so mad. I get it. You're going through grief. You're mourning grief. Ready? What people forget is that it's not a circle around the sun. Even if it was a circle, it would still be impossible. But it's an ellipse, which means that it changes speed.
So there's a reason why your watch face is in a circle, because of speed, distance, and time. So there are 24 hours divided into perfectly equal segments. And the speed of the hour hand never changes. It's constant. That's why a watch works. If the speed of the hour hand changed, sped up and slow down, that means hours would be longer and shorter. Seconds would be longer and shorter. All 3 elements, distance, speed, and time, need to be constant. Now, if we take that watch face and we elongate it into an ellipse, well, immediately you see there's a problem. The speed of the hour hand has to change. The distance between the hours and the seconds change.
Because when you look at the graphics, it's so obvious. And you can get mad at me, but it doesn't do anything.
It simply doesn't work. And that is related to what Owen is talking about.
Evolution lie, where you can just keep adding billions of years, but the billions and billions of years. But it's 1 year. That's a fixed amount of time and a fixed amount of speed. The length of Earth's trajectory around the sun is 940 million kilometers. Thus, the Earth travels about 107,000 kilometers per hour. This means that our planet moves around the sun at an average speed of 30 kilometers per second, or Mach 88. 88 times the speed of sound. So let that sink in. Earth speed, this is the kicker. Earth speed is not constant as the Earth orbits elliptical orbit.
So the same principle with a watch face. There's 12 months in a year. That doesn't change.
You can break that down into any fraction you want. It's still one fixed year.
If the Earth's orbital path was in a circle, your speed and the distance you travel has to be constant. The same as a watch face. Speed, distance, and time are constant in a circle. There's no issues. But if that path is in an ellipse, there are issues.
The way an ellipse works. Zoom, zoom, okay.
So the issue is, if you are on that ball, and that ball's path is in an ellipse, the time, the months stay the same. Your speed would have to change. Your speed would have to change so that the time matches and the distance matches. Therefore, you are not traveling at a constant speed. And if that's the case, you would feel it and you would know all about it.
When you're going 88 times the speed of sound, and you have to change speeds, you would feel it.
Right, so you are going to get some really well-educated people who don't think and reason, and they just regurgitate the nonsense you're taught in the education system. And they'll say, well, if you're on an airplane and you're on a train, you don't feel the speed of the train. Well, that's right. The difference is that the train is not on an ellipse, and the train speed is constant. The Earth speed is not constant, so therefore you would feel it. So don't let anybody fool you with this nonsense. If you're on an airplane and that airplane slows down and speeds up, you feel it. It's not the same. The Earth's speed has to fluctuate.
You can do the math on it because the ellipse is fixed and the time is fixed.
If the Earth's orbital path around the Sun is an ellipse, it's just as simple as that.
Guys, this heliocentric model is over. The Earth changes speed going around the Sun.
So, speed, distance, and time, they have to be measured and they have to balance out. And if the Earth passes an ellipse, it does not balance. It's wrong. Therefore, the heliocentric model must be wrong. If you are on a ball, on an elliptical path, what would your speed be on the surface of that ball? Your speed has to change. Even though that ball's speed is constant, you on that surface of the ball, your speed cannot be constant.
They'll get mad at me. They'll say, "You, sir, how dare you? I mean, it's so easy to understand. Even an idiot could. LOL. I mean, inertia and vortex. That's grief." And then they'll bargain. Well, it could be that. It just keep, and then depression. Well, what do we do now? I mean, my whole childhood. Just stop. It's not that big a deal. It's more beautiful that it isn't spinning endlessly around the sun. It's way better.
You see, the green dot is the constant speed. The grey line is your speed. You would slow down, speed up, slow down. If you are on a spinning ball, you would feel it. So speed, distance, and time have to be accurate, have to be measured. For you to have a just outcome, for there to be a righteous, just outcome that can be repeated over and over and over, speed, distance, and time have to be constant. In other words, an airplane traveling from point A to point B, if it travels there and it travels back, the speed, the distance, and the time, it's the same. That means the Earth is not moving. It's as simple as that. Think about it. What would the airplane speed be if that airplane was spinning with the Earth as the Earth spins around the Sun?
You know, I opened the whole thing with talking about Strawberry Field. They're literally telling you, living is easy with eyes closed, misunderstanding all you see, and all these, the millions of people singing along, not understanding what they're saying. Let me take you down. Let me lower your vibrational living. Let me make it so you believe we're on a spinning water ball. The name of this video is We Aren't Spinning, Deal With It. Flat Earth, Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app. Rory Cooper from the My Perspective YouTube channel gives his thoughts on Owen Benjamin view of the helio-nonsensical model. My Perspective channel. All right, so that's who this dude is. So, bad people don't do good things. That's why when I've identified a snake and people are like, yeah, but Big Bear, he's good for this because I'm like, bad people don't do good things. You can't negotiate with that. It's like the people that run our school systems are evil. They're trying to convince little boys they're little girls. They got rid of recess. They teach lie after lie after lie after lie, and you just eat it up because Guys, they can't just enslave us. It doesn't work. They've tried it over and over and over again, and people just overthrow it. When they make it literal, when they literally chain you and make these chained slaves, and when they show you that you're a slave, that's when people rebel. They need you to do it to yourself because there's not a lot of them. And there's no way to fight them. We don't really even know who they are. Bad people don't do good things. I'll stop preaching, but it's nothing to fear but God himself. Exactly. And what is the opposite of God? Lies. That's the reality of this world. You can't cuck the tuck. Let's check out Tucker Carlson. Here we go.
True in my family because I'm a total fascist about technology in my family, and you should be too. But it's literally the driverless cars equivalent is like, okay, so we had Christmas dinner last night, and I couldn't talk to any of my kids because they were playing Candy Crush during dinner. And you're like, but why don't you just tell them to put their freaking iPhones? Oh, I can't. It's technology. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to get in the way of the market. Like, you have this technology.
That's the family, not the state.
Oh, the family, not the state. Well, that's my argument. Maybe you should start to think about your country a little bit more like a family, and maybe they would be better off.
You shouldn't.
By the way, that's what nation means. It's derivative of family. It's not about Charlie Kirk's little butt buddies. Listen to this. Listen to that. Listen to this. Listen to this.
Family, not the state.
Oh, the family, not the state. Well, that's my argument. Maybe you should start to think about your country a little bit more like a family, and maybe they would be better off.
You shouldn't. No. It is not government's role to take care of its citizens.
Oh, really? What
It
is government's role then?
to provide for the national defense, first and foremost.
But isn't providing for the national defense taking care of its citizens?
It's protecting us from foreign adversaries.
Cocaine Kirk. Cocaine Kirk's point right there is that the point of our country is to serve Israel militarily. National defense it's an ironic joke. It's national offense, and it's serving another country. And Tucker Carlson is right. See your country as a family, not as a cucked service to Israel. It's bullshit. There's no safety. Trust and safety is an aggressive department of every corporation. The defense department is the offense department. The education system is to brainwash you and make your mind garbage. Oh, how dare you? No, symbols rule the world because that's how they get your consent. They show it to you and they say, do you agree to that? Do you agree to these terms and conditions? That's it. What are they going to do? What are they going to do to you when you simply don't consent? I do not consent. Well, if you don't vaccinate your kids, they can't go to school. Then they won't go to school. But I mean, how are they going to be socialized? My kids are doing just fine. God bless you, Owen, for never kneeling. I'm too tall to kneel. It hurts my knees. It's like Tucker Carlson is right. See your country as a family. You don't let your family down. You can fight and still get along. You identify snakes together. You bleed together. You eat together. You sleep together. You know? You pray together. Why does our military not protect us? Protect us from who? The world isn't violent. You know, the Wild West averaged 1.5 murders a year. Do you know that? Stop watching movies, man. Stop watching TV. Stop. Right now, we're just like in this bizarre mouse utopia world where like you're not connected to your food. You're not connected to your community, your family, reality. Because right now in America, there could be violence in the future. You know, we have a lot of different tribes with an unfathomable amount of fake wealth. If that fake wealth drops, there can be some real problems. That's why seeing your country as a family is important, and Tucker Carlson is absolutely right. But when you have two groups of people that they can't get along and they're forced to get along, that's when violence comes out. That's why I recommend living in areas where people look like you, act like you, have the same goals in life as you. You have enough space, you have enough food, and then life gets very nice.